Okay, so wait a second, I gotta get this one. Okay. Can you hear us, Jackie? Give me a thumbs up. You can? Okay, you're muted. Thank you. So move to come out of executive session.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We met in executive session to interview a candidate for the Woodstock Human Rights Commission. And I'm going to jump around in the agenda. Be it resolved to appoint Rachel Marco Havens to the Woodstock Human Rights Commission, term to expire 12/31/23.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Congratulations. And it's only, to the end of the year, you're filling in an unexpired term.
Right, and then there's an empty one right now as well. If there's someone else.
No, that's the one we just filled it.
Okay.
So you're set to go. Okay.
And did Elena
Yeah. That's.
Be resolved to accept minutes for meetings held on April 18th and May 9th and 10th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved to authorize payment of voter vouchers in the amount of $507,262.72.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Be resolved to authorize transfers for transfer sheet.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Where's the Woodstock?
Do we want to give a 1 minute, because I think Bennett's going to be here in a minute.
No.
So,
He's late. I mean,
yeah, okay, well,
whereas the Woodstock Como Stewardship Advisory Committee has recommended approval for the Woodstock Historic Society building, be resolved to accept those recommendations.
And
Be it, so I'm going to change that, and be it resolved to forward said application to the Woodstock Land Conservancy.
second.
All in favor? Aye.
And I
Richard?
want to thank Richard for reaching out to all of us to answer all of our questions.
Well, let me thank you, thank the Como Committee, and on to the West Land Conservancy. This is an important step for us, but it's more important for the years to come and future Woodstockers, that the breadth of Woodstock history will be secured in a proper facility for years to come. So thank you for your help, and the town has always been good. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Richard, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me where it's going to be located? Is it right next to it? I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, I can show you.
Yes, please.
Please go on whatever you're doing.
So the next is the pollinator resolution, and Kathy and I had a quick conversation earlier today. The Longyear family has stayed that meadow down there for years and years and years. And she questioned whether this might create some potential issue down the road. I also got a couple more emails regarding this topic. So, I think we're all very much in favor of moving forward with this resolution. I think we're committed to it. I know it's been a long time coming, but I think I would like to hold off until our next meeting and just relook at the wording in 6 and 7.
Is this the pollinator?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a resolution that's going to be introduced for that, an amendment to it.
Okay.
Yeah, because the wording is not right, so.
Well,
Yeah.
according to you, it might not be right,
No,
but
it's not even according to me,
Okay.
it's actually to the WEC.
Well, the WEC, there are some things.
it's our resolution, not theirs.
We did compare. This is almost the same. There are a couple of changes that I'm aware of. And what happened was Supervisor McKenna and I met with the pollinator pathway people themselves and reached an agreement about what they felt was important in the resolution. So I believe the resolution that we were going to do tonight does match what the pollinator pathway people themselves believed was critical. But I also agree, because I want to work with them because just like what you said, is I agree that we want to take the information we just received today, and I want to merge some of it in to be protective of the things that are very important to Woodstock, so that we hit the right note. And I think that by the time we meet the next time, we should be able to do that.
Okay, so then there's no need for a new amendment to that, we'll go to the next.
Well, it should be forwarded right away, because if we're trying to get a pollinator resolution that we all agree to, it'd be nice to forward it right away, so it can be collaboratively worked.
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
I actually have a copy of the
well, we're
resolution.
not gonna deal with it tonight. I'm pulling that off the agenda. Deal with some concerns the Lumiere family and several other folks have about the hayfields.
Excellent.
So be resolved to establish the youth center building capital 0.094 for improvements or replacements to the youth center building. Be it further resolved to transfer $200,000 from general fund unassigned fund balance to the youth center building capital 0.094.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved to establish the recreation court repair and improvement capital 0.095 for upgrades to the recreational courts at Andy Lee Field and Rick Volz Fields, and to the skate park at the youth center, and for the creation of additional recreational courts. Be it further resolved to transfer $100,000 from general fund unassigned fund balance to the recreation court repair and improvement capital 0.095.
Second.
Discussion.
Okay, discuss.
I would love to be a part of figuring out exactly what that will look like. I think this is an excellent opportunity to talk about what we envision all of our, not just courts, but all of our parks to look like.
Okay, we'll be setting up a task force. No,
I would love to collaborate on you with that.
excellent. Thank you, Bennett. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Be resolved to establish the highway garage HVAC repair capital 0.096 for repair and replacement of highway garage HVAC system, and be it further resolved to transfer $100,000 from general fund unassigned fund balance to the highway garage HVAC repair capital 0.096.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolved to establish the Woodstock compost program capital 0.097 for construction and implementation of composting infrastructure, and be it further resolved to transfer $20,000 from general fund unassigned fund balance to the Woodstock compost program capital 0.097.
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion.
Oh, discuss.
I think this is a great idea. I'm so glad that we're finally putting money towards composting. I salute you for getting this on there and getting us moving forward on this. This is something that I worked on to try to obtain a grant on, and one of the things that we didn't have was the infrastructure, and we didn't have the cooperation that we would have to have for composting. So I'm really thrilled about this, and I'm thankful that we're doing it.
Excellent. Oh, sure.
Where would it be located?
That's
To be
all
determined.
all part of the grand scheme.
Thank you.
Just committing funds to start
Get
the
to
process and get the infrastructure built. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did you skip over the recreation court? You went over the youth center.
No, he did
We
the
did the
recreation.
court. We did the court.
appeared in there twice.
There was a,
Okay.
Yeah, the highway garage, the last line was a copy paste that shouldn't have been copy pasted.
well, it should have been adjusted.
It should have been adjusted.
Be resolved to establish the fuel tanks capital. Hold on, let me just make sure my number's right. Yes. 0.098 for replacement of the existing gasoline and diesel tanks, and be it further resolved to transfer $125,000 from general fund unassigned fund balance to the fuel tanks capital 0.098.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And just the fuel tanks we've had, they've been there, I'm going to say 25 years. Like something else I'm going to talk about in a couple of minutes, they've outlived their usefulness. Parts are hard to get, they're breaking down a lot. And they're also becoming somewhat of a potential for leak hazard. So that'll get us all new tanks and readers, and we'll put it in the cloud and do all kinds of other wonderful things. Be resolved to transfer $1.4 million from the general fund unassigned fund balance to the Como building capital 0.084.
Second.
Discussion.
Discuss.
So I was under the impression that we were gonna follow the will of the voters on this and use the $1 million that they had directed for us to use for this. I mean, we all voted on it as citizens and taxpayers, and it passed overwhelmingly. And it's $1 million bond.
Actually, though, Bennett, so what we talked about back at the end of the year is that I put it to the board that we had two options. The people didn't demand we bond, they gave us the permission to bond. And I made a recommendation to the board at the time that due to the fact that we didn't assign any of these funds last year, and the fact that we had a banner year with sales tax and mortgage tax, my recommendation was that we not borrow for the money, which would cost us over $300,000 over the life of the bonds, but that we use fund balance to do this. A majority of the board agreed, and so here we are.
I just kind of think that, I don't know, that
This is democracy though, Bennett, so we'll have a vote, and if the board doesn't want to,
Well, I think
So good.
throwing hundreds of $1,000s away on interest that we don't need to pay seems not fair to the voters of Woodstock.
I would also point out that we should have been bonding then back in January, and that's why I brought it to the board, this recommendation, and the board, a majority agreed. All in favor?
I,
No.
Okay. Rachel, we got you. Be it resolved to ratify the contract with the United Federation of Police Officers, term to run from January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2024, and be it further resolved to authorize the supervisor to sign the memorandum of agreement regarding disciplinary procedures.
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye. Whereas the town of Woodstock received bids for contract number TW-211, and whereas the 5 bids were received by submission date of May 16th, 2023, and whereas the bidder, whereas the low bidder, Christian Lane, requested withdrawal of their bid due to significant error in calculation, and whereas Woodcon Inc. was the lowest responsible bid at $126,000. Therefore, be it resolved to authorize the supervisor to sign contract number TW-211 with Woodcon Inc. of Thompson Ridge, New York.
second.
Discussion.
Yes.
So who is Wigcon and what are they for exactly?
So if you recall, one of the 7 wells out in the Bearsville Flats, the pump had gone bad. The well itself was located in the pump house and could not be, the pump couldn't come out and the well couldn't be re-drilled. So 2 years ago, we drilled a new well. The well now has been improved by the health department in the state. And so this is to actually put a pump in, pipe the pump, and wire it and get the well online. Okay. Good. All in favor?
Aye.
And as far as who is Woodcon, I don't know that one of the bidders, the town engineer, Bernier Larios, reviewed their qualifications and made a recommendation, which was in the purple folder, that we should accept their bid. Whereas the town of Woodstock is applying for Hudson River Valley Greenway grants. Oh, no, Hudson for a grant
Oh, by
under
two
the,
those.
yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Hudson River Valley Greenway Planning Grant Program for a project entitled Woodstock Sidewalk Plan Complete Streets to be located in the town of Woodstock. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Woodstock Town Board hereby does approve and endorse the application of grant under the Hudson River Valley Greenway Planning Grant Program for the project known as Woodstock Sidewalk Plan / Complete Streets Design and located within this community.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck, Grace. And I just,
And they have had a meeting now.
yes, so I'll call her up and let her know to move forward. Also, I'll point out they applied for and received, it's a small grant, but it was from AARP. It was for $2,500. And I think it's to hire a consultant to do some assessment of our existing sidewalks. So congratulations to them on that. Be resolved to establish a mountain truck capital 099. Let me just see, yeah, 099. For the replacement of highway department's four-wheel drive, heavy-duty plow truck fleet, be a further resolve to transfer $650,000 from highway fund unassigned fund balance to the mountain truck capital .099. Well, any questions? So just for the public, this is a big number, so I'll just go over it. The town of Woodstock has, can't remember if it's 5 or 6. Six, I think I said. We have 6 big plow trucks, four-wheel drive trucks that we use to do the more mountainous routes. These are required, particularly since some of these routes are long, they need to hold a more substantial amount of sand. The oldest one is in 1998, and the newest one, I believe, is 2003 or 2004. We can no longer get parts for any of these trucks. What we have, I think the last time we did, we bought a used one that didn't run as a parts truck so that we could keep a couple of them on the road. But in any event, it's time that we need to start to replace these. The highway superintendent and I have had a couple of conversations, and the thought was, obviously, if we replace them all, you're talking about $1.5 million, $1.8 million, because they're $300,000 a piece. But the thought is that we would purchase 2 this year. They will not be delivered until 2025. So we've got to keep our fingers crossed. Once those 2 come in, we'll take 2 off the road. We'll have some parts trucks that hopefully will keep the others limping along. But it's also the expectation and recommendation that we continue to make another purchase, and maybe the next year make another purchase, but that will be for a future board. In any event, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It resolved to transfer $100,000 from highway unassigned fund balance to the highway equipment capital reserve .002.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It resolved to transfer $100,000 from highway fund unassigned fund balance to the highway repair reserve .003.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We resolved to hire Elisa Rhodes as part-time rec aide at $19.14 per hour effective 5/23/23. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public be heard. Luke?
No.
Oh,
I don't have to do these.
yeah, I got both of you.
Okay, I'll be quick. January of 2020, as you know, the board first became aware of the illegal dumping in Shady. And then I listened to the meetings from October of 2020 and March 21. The quotes I'll read are from the October 2020 meeting. Billy said, "We're all committed to seeing this cleaned up, and by cleaned up, I mean the dirt removed. We are united in that cause." And Richard Hefner said, "Our job is to protect the citizens of this town, and if we are not doing that, we're not doing our job." And then Laura Ritchie said, "We agree that the fill ought to leave Vince's property." And Jim McIver, who is Vince's advisor, engineer, said, "The best thing to happen here is for that material to be removed from Vince's property." So it's 3 years since the town board became aware of this problem, and over 2.5 years since they became aware that there was construction debris in there due to the rain washout in June of 2020. We're still waiting for the removal of that fill. So, and the current thing that's happening where they're scraping it and moving it into a berm on the other side of their property is not removing it, it's just moving it around. I'd like to see that removed.
Thank you, Luke. Julie?
Okay, so I'm following up on my question last week, last board meeting. I asked that the agenda of the Shady Dump be put on the schedule. And I emailed Bill, which they said, we voted last time to people put it on, it's supposed to be on the agenda, but I never got any word back.
Okay.
So now I'm formally asking again.
Yeah, and I'll get it
And
on
I'd
there.
like to, no, I'd like to do it, I'd like to schedule it for the next board meeting, which is June.
Second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday in June.
Right,
Okay.
so I'm formally asking for the second Tuesday in June
Thank you,
that we be put on the agenda.
thank you.
And Bill, this problem isn't gonna go away, so we are newly formed as a
13.
group, you must have seen these. all
I've
over.
noticed those. I
Yeah.
can follow them home.
And there's a lot of us, and we're not going away, and we'd like to have an open discussion about the remediation,
Okay,
meaning that we present our point of view, you guys present our point of view, we have the chance to ask questions, you guys, we can maybe come up with a creative solution, I don't know,
Mhm.
but we'd like to be on the agenda.
Understand though that we have to follow laws.
Nobody's asking that, we're just asking for a public forum. And
Okay.
This is the second time, and we will keep coming until we get it.
You will get it.
Okay, good.
Melanie, is there anybody else here in the audience? Nobody? Okay, move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.